Colin Dupill getting more opportunities recently with some movement with Alec Martin in and out of the lineup and Avery Allen with some different situations in and out of the lineup. So we've talked earlier in the season about the luxury of depth for the Jackrabbits. And
this has been the one class that's been a revolving door.
Yes, whether it be injury or different circumstances for each guy. But that's part of the game, man. You got to be ready to compete, and you're not – there's different aspirations for each athlete, but I know the guys at 149, like, they all want to compete and go be All-Americans and national champs. So they're not just there to be on the team. They're there to be the guy. So that's a good luxury to have, and lucky for the Jackrabbits, it's at a weight class where they kind of need it. So Dupill is pretty dynamic side to side from the neutral position, and he's willing to really scrap there. Sometimes his mat wrestling might have some limitations, but he truly makes up for it in his neutral position. I talked to Coach Caldwell beforehand. I know Kelly was a big recruit out of high school.
Yeah.
So he was a little bit concerned about how the match could go with the capability of Kelly.
And you will take note, Kelly also has his singlet inside out, back to what you had suggested.
Yes.
That was a physical move there by Kelly.
Yeah, he's all of 149, it looks like.
Yes. Brother also a wrestler in college. Mentioned he's a mechanical engineering major, is Paul Kelly, the sophomore.
Great job. Keep a good position from Dupill and find a way to his feet. Good action from space from both guys. I mean, honestly, I was kind of zoning out. It's like still the first period. Seems like it's the second period. Good action from them. Not a lot of stoppages. One stoppage on a takedown. Besides that, it's been all wrestling. So 1 minute left. And you see a lot of clearing of the wrist. It might be confusing to people that don't see it. Like you see Kelly keep bringing his knee up. He's not throwing a knee into his stomach. He's taking his knee and clearing Dupill's wrist. Hand off his wrist. You know, when both your wrists are tied, you gotta, like I said, use your lower half, and he's using his knee to clear the wrist off. And good wrist control. You call this a football carry. You kind of get your hand on top of his head, on the chin. I mentioned that in previous broadcasts. It's like you're taking a hand off in football, but it's your opponent's skull.
And Kelly's on a hot streak. He's won 5 in a row, including a couple by Tech Falls. He's beaten guys from West Virginia, Northern Colorado, Cal Poly, Drexel, and Presbyterian along the way.
Yeah, and again, our part is to commentate the wrestling, watch the wrestling. The coaches at SDSU do a great job of having good scouting reports on guys. And like I said, Cody Caldwell, good scramble to end there with an ankle pass and just good action. Cody Caldwell was like, yeah, this kid's talented. Coming out of high school, he was a big recruit. So this action at the end is good. Dupill anticipated he was going to give up that takedown, so instead of trying to stop the angle and circle his hips out, he just kind of dove for ankle, was able to catch it and save enough time to end the period 3-1. Like I said, Dupill, it is not a negative conversation about him. Just his mat wrestling and top game isn't his position, and a lot of times you go back to what's comfortable and you try and score points where you're best, and it's neutral for him. But Kelly's done a good job of kind of dictating where the positions are going from the neutral spot, which is different than what Dupill is used to. Good re-attack there from Dupill. Knee still in, so he can still score. Kelly's able to circle around, get to a crotch lock position. That's really athletic and good hips.
That was pretty.
If you're Dupill, the only way to score here is to get your knees under you and get your head high. And with that crotch lock, it's going to be hard to do that. So he's trying to get his knees under him. If he get his head high, he might be able to. Head's down low now. He has a Turk. I think he needs to pop his head out, and he might get a takedown here. Nope. Now with his feet under him, it's going to be hard to score here. Now you're looking at, yeah, man, we may see a stalemate here. Yep. That's really good action, both guys. Excellent wrestling.
Kelly, a sophomore, burst on the scene a year ago. In fact, he had the only points for CBU when the Jacks dominated the Lancers out there a year ago. He beat Allen by decision.
Revolving door, like you said.
Yep.
A lot of different guys. And, yeah, Alec Martin, a proven guy, but I know the coaching staff is just begging for some consistency, because then you can really pour into someone, and you want to, again, promote depth and give every guy the opportunity and have them ready to go. But at the end of the day, you're trying to send 10 guys to the national tournament, and you want to be able to really give 100% to the guy that's going to get the opportunity at the Big 12 tournament to do that.
And again, it's hard to imagine the Jacks will not wrestle on an opponent's campus the rest of the year. Their only duel away from Brookings from now until the end of the season is on Sunday when they take on Iowa State, and that's at Humboldt, Iowa.
Yeah.
Iowa State's head coach from Humboldt. Once a year, he'll go back to his alma mater and wrestle. The Jacks will be there, and then they have 5 straight home events, 4 duels and an open before the Big 12 championships come March.
Yeah, had some friends really looking to try and go to that duel, and
It's a tough ticket.
that's what I'm saying. You know, an interesting environment to be in a high school gym, and
There'll be so many people in there, the walls will be sweating.
yep, and that's fun. It's fun to be back in that environment. We got a precarious situation for Dupill. Got leg in, his shoulder trapped, kind of looking in a split position. The only way he'll get called, if you're Kelly, for stalling there is if he starts grabbing an ankle for support with his right hand. Right there, he's going to a hard half Nelson, and this is about college wrestling, man. They're going to let this wrestle out. Your job is to keep your shoulders safe yourself. They're going to do potentially dangerous, but if it's a pinning combination, you're not going to see a lot of times that they say, hey, don't do that, because it's hard to get someone to go over.
And
Like
that
right there.
forearm in the back of the head just rubbing the face against the mat. I mean, that's insult to injury.
Yeah, and that's using all the pressure you can, right?
Exactly.
It's not personal. It's
They're clearly illegal. I'm not saying anything against that. It's
yeah.
just that's painful being on the bottom.
no, yeah, just to the observer, it's like, you know, you want to use every single way. Sometimes with our guys, we talk about, like, inflict pain points, man. Like, if it hurts, sometimes the best way for the guy to make it to stop is to go over, right? So always within the rules of the game, but pain points can help out, right? And the ref's not going to stop this. He's not going to stop a leg in almost turning him. So Cody Caldwell was saying he's got to be looking for a pin because Cody Caldwell wants a stalemate. But at this point, riding time's locked. So you're looking at a 5-1 match. You need to get 2 takedowns if you are Dupill, which could be challenging at this point.
Kelly had the only points for CBU in its home duel against SDSU a year ago, and he's on the verge of repeating that feat. But Dupill has 10 seconds.
Takedown could tie. Kelly able to get a takedown to end. Won't be a major decision. You'll be finishing with an 8-2, 6-point decision for Kelly.
So Paul Kelly puts CBU on the board.